Hey, good morning. Hopefully you're having a decent Friday. Hi there. Hey, how are you doing? Another Friday, another MadArt. Welcome, to MadArt with Steph here on MadArt Streams. Hello, Miss Artiste Person. Well, thank you, Roth. I appreciate that. Hello, my friend. Alright, so let's take this off. There we go. Yep. Looking, yep, okay. Alright. Yep. Alright, can we move this? Oh no, that's gonna get that. Okay. That's fine. It's okay. It's alright. Yeah. I woke up an hour ago. And I'm assuming once more and we'll believe you. Yep. Okay, well let's get into, I'm just looking at this this layout of like the gold mic, the goldish white shirt and the white background. Blonde hair, light skin. It's not the best. We're not very dynamic this morning. Let's be clear. But we are here and we're ready to go. It's looking a little blah in this video area, but it's fine. It's a-okay. Do you even know colors, bro? I know. We're very very gold, off-white this today. And it's fine. Just like the oatmeal I ate this morning. But I should be, unless something happens, I should be painting my green screen tomorrow. So that will be fun. Yeah. So, then we could add like whatever. I can just be there. I'll probably have to make a new layout. So that way I can just be like, green screened in somewhere. We'll see. I look forward to seeing Hot Tub. Yes. Yep. I turned this Spotify down like 3 times and I'm just gonna do it again. It's loud in my ear. Maybe not in y'all's, but alright, so let's get started, shall we? So we're working on Pyxrin. I took last week off. Now I don't know what I'm doing. Apparently. I'm looking at this like, I think that we were just going through and just like, because I was trying to be a little more realistic, I think. But I don't remember like how I was even doing this. How was I even achieving this this look? But we'll find a way. Yeah, we even did some like, I don't know. I'm thinking it was watercolor. Community challenge started. Boost the stream. Listen. All right. So. Wonderful. You know what? Here. Let me just throw my bits into here too. Here we go. Is that it? There we go. Yeah, there we are. 4,000 raised out of like, I don't know how many thousands. I think it's like 40K, maybe 50. I don't know. I just know it's there. All right. Well, yeah, I guess I should have. Let's see here. Do we have any stuff open that we don't need open here? Possibly. Let's close that out. Sounds good. Alright, I think I was going to pull up a reference for Pyxrin here. I mean, it's not, you know, too complicated, but just in case. Oh, that's pixelated. Let's see. A pixelated Pyxrin. Yep. Alright. So where are we at? Where's Pyxrin? Okay. Alright. Got my reference up. If only we had a pixelated Pyxrin with the pixie cut. Hey. Alright, so it looks like this arm's done. I'm seeing problems, but I'm just gonna just keep going. Okay, whatever. Alright, so we have her. Alright, so I think we're doing the skin tone first. I think we were... over here, I think. Wow, yeah. This is what happens when I miss a week. I'm just like, what am I doing? Wait. I might actually still have the same brush one. Maybe? Gouache? I think I was using gouache. Yeah, I woke up an hour ago. Well, an hour and 20 minutes ago. That's gonna be I mean, I guess, I don't know how many more episodes of WandaVision there are, but I'm assuming that's gonna be my life until WandaVision is over. My friends are somehow under the impression that's only 8 episodes, so... if that's the case, then next week's the last week. I'll be staying up until like 4 or 5 in the morning. Because, you know, you gotta watch it, then you gotta decompress. But let me just say, it was an excellent episode. Isn't there another series right after WandaVision? Oh no. Is Loki coming out soon? The Falcon and the Soldier? Probably. Is that going to be another release at 12 p.m. Pacific time? Oh, no. Yeah, I wonder if, like, it's going to be, I don't know. I assume that it will be just as, like, spoilerific, because it's one reason we started watching it, I mean, late, is because, like, when it's released, is because my friend just could not, and she hates spoilers. Like, I don't mind them. I'm just like, I can still enjoy things, even though I know what's going to happen. But, like, she cannot. Like, she doesn't like watching something if she knows, like, if it's spoiled for her in any way. So, she was having issues with like Twitter and Facebook, like spoiling things for her for WandaVision. So we talked about like, you know, like making some time on Fridays to watch it, and then we're like, well, hey, we're usually up late on Thursday nights. So, I mean, because for them, they're on the Pacific Coast, so it's only 12 for them when it comes out, not 3 a.m. Oh man, and I haven't painted. Like, I haven't painted with color in a few days, so I'm having a hard time like getting in the groove here. Apologies. Yeah, and I'm sure we'll be that way with every TV show that they release as far as like Marvel stuff goes. And the Falcon and the Soldier, I'm not sure I know what that's about. Although I guess I didn't really know what WandaVision was about until I watched it. Other than just like Wanda and Vision. Oh, but it's such a good episode last night. The new one, so good. It will break your heart, but so good. I'm starting to tear up just thinking about it. Buddy cop show with Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes. That sounds great. Is that? I want that. I want it. Yeah, the newest episode of WandaVision broke my heart. It was rough. It was rough. Interesting songs on this playlist. Interesting songs. Alright, where's our light source? I think I was doing kind of a, yeah. Alright, so light source coming from... Hey, Humar, welcome! Oh, it's decent. I got up an hour and a half ago, so I really can't complain. Stayed up late watching WandaVision. How has your Friday went? Words are really hard for me today, apparently. I'm trying to get back into painting because I haven't painted for a few days, and so now I'm just like, how paint? Brush? Question mark? Alright, so our light comes in. Day is going well, trying to avoid the WandaVision spoilers. I won't spoil it for you. It's a good episode, though. I cried a few times. It's heartbreaking, but it's good. Yeah. No, you are good. I just meant on the internet in general. Sure. Sure. Oh, man, so good. I liked the part where Frodo and Geralt of Rivia were accepted to Hogwarts. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seriously forgotten, like, how to do anything here. Okay, no, that's not it. No, we're gonna have, like, it's gonna be, like, a dark color anyways. I loved it when Vision beat Superman at pod racing. Oh. Other than that, let's see. What have I been doing? I watched a classic last night. Rockadoodle. If you've never seen Rockadoodle, you're missing out. I want to say early 1990s animation, just Don Bluth animation at its finest. Well, maybe not at its finest, but pretty good. Let's see. When was this? Okay, I just need 1991. Yep. Rewatched that for the first time since I was like 13, probably, or 12 last night. That was fun. Also watched two classics on Thursday for the first time. Wednesday for the first time. Dune and The Big Lebowski. I hadn't seen either of them. Both amazing in their own way. Do we have any people who like Dune in here? Let me ask that before I go into... or that like Dune the movie, I guess I should say. Because I started saying something about it last night with my friends, and one of them likes the movie. Yes, Lynch. The Lynch Dune. David Lynch. Yes. We were talking about Big Lebowski during book club. It was my first time seeing it on Thursday. I enjoyed it. The ending, it was three of us who had never seen The Big Lebowski before. And we were talking afterwards. We really liked the movie. The ending was a little weird for us. I understand it's like, a cult classic, but the ending was a little weird. We weren't sure that it kind of fit the movie. It seemed like a movie that kind of needed, like, not the kind of ambiguous ending, but needed something a little more concise. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. You also have not seen the oh, you haven't seen The Big Lebowski. I won't ruin anything for you. You should watch it. It's really good. Very strong characters in it. And it makes you've not what? Wait a minute. Why like there's a lot of people out there who love the like I feel like it's like, well, you should watch The Big Lebowski. Um it's it's a good movie. You're the really inexperienced out of three of us, Steph. I mean, I felt like I wasn't. You've seen Dune and enjoyed it at the time, but haven't seen it in a long time. Dune was one of the formative books of my youth, but the Lynch movie was, as one would expect with Lynch, odd. Well, since you haven't seen it in a long time, Humar, we watched it because I looked up on a list of movies that are so bad that they're funny, that they're good. Unfortunately, to me at least, and to a couple of other people in watching it at the time, it lived up to that expectation. There's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. And what am I looking at here? It is a weird spot to pause, but here we are. We're talking about Dune, Mad Bird, and The Big Lebowski. No, it's a fine spot. Classic art stream. Yeah, I stopped to talk about my opinion on Dune and The Big Lebowski, and got a little distracted. Should we talk about the finely constructed ending of the movie? Well, okay, so Varath and Humar haven't seen the movie apparently. So I'm trying not to spoil, but I did say that the three of us there thought that the ending didn't quite fit the rest of the movie. So, yeah. The rest of the movie, like, I really liked, and then I got the ending and I was like, okay, it's all right. Like, again, as I was telling the two people, Mad Bird streams, Dan was one of them that was there, and the artist, yeah, it was our Patreon movie night. And, yeah, I was like, I'm cool with, like, not knowing things, but it did seem like, compared to the rest of the movie, that, like, it just didn't fit how the rest of the movie was set up. Like, all of a sudden you get, like, this, like, oh, like, whatever happened to the, like, yeah. Everything turned out fine. So. Alright, we'll come back to that. Yeah, we'll revisit. We shall revisit. Keep seeing things. I'm just like, let me just fix this. It'll be fine. Oh, she's wearing Wonder Woman boots? Steph has not shown us her feet. That's a Patreon exclusive. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Are you watching WandaVision, Dan? MadArt streams, I guess I should say. Oh, last night's episode was good. It was emotional. I cried a few times. Probably catch, yep. Yep. This tonight. Okay. Oh god, yeah. I started tearing up just thinking about it. Like, this is the second time I've teared up. Talking about WandaVision. At first I was thinking the high thighs with kittens on top, but then I thought cupcakes. Yeah, Dan's like, for some reason I can't do Stormfall tonight. Don't know why. Dan's just in an emotional wreck. Maybe before if I'm lucky enough to get the window. Yeah, I have feelings. If the DM is crying during the breakfast scene, well, no. I have a lot of feelings. Yeah. Okay. Man. So I can't even think about it. What else can we talk about? Let's see here. Goodness, Stephanie. Get yourself together. Pull yourself together, woman. Alright, what do her bracers look like? Okay. Are those? Yes, they're cinnamon buns. Absolutely, sweet rolls specifically. But we can't. We can talk about Finhold. No, no, we can't. We can't. In all honesty, that's one reason why. That's one reason why it broke me. It broke me. And his rigid exoskeleton. No. We can't. We can't talk about. We can't talk about Kaylin or Finhold. That's just gonna. This is going to just feed into it. Yeah. What else have I been? I think I told everyone last week I watched The Queen's Gambit. That's in my. That's done. That's dunsies. Painting my green screen either tomorrow or Sunday. Pronunciation. I started working on a mid-Atlantic accent. Did you enjoy the show about the kick-ass smart redhead lady? It was good. It was good. I liked it. I liked it. I wasn't in love with it. Like I know I know Tasha was like, it's amazing, and I did think it was very well done. It was good. It was good. I'm glad I watched it. Let's see. I mean, that's pretty much it. I finally saw the new Batman trailer. It looks good. We watched the new Dune trailer for the movie series on Wednesday. I'm excited now. I mean, I think I watched part of the trailer before, and I was like, okay. I actually got like chills watching it this time, since I was like, oh, this is what this is about. Because I knew nothing about Dune before watching it. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I knew it existed. That's pretty much it. And the name. That's it. Knew nothing else about it. Let's see here. I started playing Disco Elysium, which is a really good game. Although, you know, maybe not the best if you suffer with, like, you know, I mean, there are trigger warnings in that game for sure, but good game. It's well made. Definitely well made. A smart female writer that I respect recently read Dune and dissed it. As much as it's a book story of my youth, I think maybe it doesn't age well. Yeah, I could see it. I want to say that I want to read the book, but I doubt that I ever will. You know, I mean, it just wasn't that interesting of a story to me. Like, there wasn't, you know, I mean, thankfully we had someone there that had like, the artist was there and he read the books, or like at least like the first book. I think maybe just the first book. Sorry. And so he was able to explain things to us a bit, which was interesting, and it made it more, and I'm glad that he was there to do that. And the way that he explained it like made sense, whereas the movie was not making sense. And yeah, but there were definitely things that I was like, okay. I want to try Disco Elysium. I think it's coming to console soon. It's coming to the new consoles soon. It's already on some consoles, I think. But it's coming to PS5, I know, in March. The author really liked to challenge readers. It's not necessarily a light, breezy read, although in the case of Dune, he probably got it more right than most of his books. Yeah, okay. I can understand that. Yeah, if I get back into... that sounds horrible. If I get back into reading anytime soon, which is just a, hey, Danny, welcome. How are you doing? Then, Danny, how do you feel about Dune the movie, 1984? Have you seen it? Not the movie 1984, but the 1984 version of Dune. The movie, directed by David Lynch. Do you have feelings? Do you enjoy it? Because again, I made the mistake last night of talking about it, and my friend was like, you mean so good it's good? Because I was like, so bad it's good. And he was like, so good it's good, right? Okay, good. Cool. Let's not talk about 1984, the book of the year. Yeah. That's good. Are you excited about the series coming out? Or the movies coming out, Danny? Yes. Good. Good. I'm really noodling this bracer. Really getting my money out of this. Yeah, I watched the trailer for seeing the 1984 movie, and I'm looking forward to it as well. It looks good. Looks good. Of course, I always enjoy Zendaya. Like, I don't know when that happened, but I really like her. Why not talk about the year I was born? I didn't know you were born in 1984, Danny. Good year. Good year. Yeah. Yeah, she is. She is. Like, I keep seeing her in things. I'm just like, she's alright. She's alright. I like her. You know, one person I would love to have, like, lunch with and just ask them things would be, like, Elizabeth Olsen. And just be like, what? How was your life? Because I feel like her sisters, her two older sisters, are like, I think those are her older sisters, right? I would think so. They have to be. You know, because I've seen her in interviews and she seems like very, compared to those two, she seems very, like, down to earth. The other two do not. Those two do not. Which, I mean, we can go to, like, child actors and the horrible world that they have to, like, live in, usually. But, or at least, especially back in that decade. But, started middle school and had at least one embarrassing crush. Oh, you started middle school in 1984. Oh, are we talking about embarrassing crushes? Let me tell you. In elementary school, let's give a little glimpse into Stephanie's life. I was a very overdramatic child. I don't know if you can imagine that about me, but I was. So, in grade school, I want to say maybe first grade, I don't know. I like to say that I've mellowed out a bit, but maybe just a tiny bit. So I think it was I feel like it was first grade. I don't think it was kindergarten. It wasn't too much older than that. That I liked a boy in my class. And for no reason whatsoever. I don't know why. Like, it's kind of like with, like, young crushes like that. You're like, why did you like this person? Was it just that you just wanted to like some? I don't know. So, because, like, he never well, I mean, I guess he did talk to me. I mean, he might have been nice to me. Oh boy. Here we go. That was the beginning. boys being nice to me and me being like, oh, you like me? Anyways, another story. Um, and I I remember I was sitting around my friends and I had decided that I liked this boy in the class, and I started telling them, like my friends, like I think I like this boy, you know. Well, he's not going to see this. Jared was his name. I was like, I like Jared, you know. I think it was Jared that day. That day. Listen. I think that was him. And so like I was like, "Hey, like I like this boy." You know, and my friends were like, you know, oh, like, you know, blah, blah. And I don't remember how it came about, but like I started crying. Like, because like I think they were trying to get me to tell him. Because like I'm pretty sure this probably just wasn't one day. It was probably like a few days of like me talking about it. And they were like, you should tell him. And I started crying because I was like, I'm too, like, I was too afraid to. Like, but honestly, I wasn't. I mean, not that I wasn't too afraid. I mean, I was probably, like, too nervous to do it. But at the same time, I also remember specifically knowing that if I cried, that they would do it for me. That they would, like, pass a note to him for me to let him know that I liked him. But to get their sympathy, I started crying. And so... And so, I got their sympathy. They took the note over to him. And I think it was like a typical yes or no note. Honestly, that just sounds like everyone in elementary school. And it was a typical yes or no note, I think. And he said no. Like, he was not interested. And then to get more empathy from the girls, I, of course, cried. You know, even though, like, I, of course, was a little crushed. But also, like, I mean, I don't even know what I was asking. Like, I think, like, do you like me? Because it wasn't anything like dating or anything, because I wasn't aware. And so, like, and plus I was in first grade. Because I don't know, I'm sure that there were first graders that, I don't know. And so, anyways, I don't know kids. Yeah. Yeah, so that was one of the times that I got my friends to, like, you know, do something. Oh my gosh. And there was one time that I just turned around in class for no reason whatsoever and started kissing a boy on the cheeks. This was in about first, second grade as well. I just started kissing, like, his, you know, his face cheeks. Left side, right side, left side. I did it like 4 or 5 times. And then, like, I, of course, got in trouble for that. I don't remember what I did with... I don't remember, like... I feel like... I don't know. Did I do detention in first grade? I don't know. Like, I feel like it was a pretty, like... Oh, no, I think what it was is that, like, I did it while the teacher was out of the room. And, then got in trouble once she came back. But it wasn't that bad. It was just, like... a figurative slap on the wrist, you know. Not an actual slap on the wrist, but... not really any punishment. In first grade, they'd hold you back for one recess, and not going outside to play with their friends was effing... Oh, yeah. That might have been it. I might have gotten held back in recess. I think they also, at my elementary school, I think they might have also, like, made you eat lunch inside, like, in the classroom, instead of going outside to eat. You know, like, when it was nice. So, I think that was also something. But yeah. Yeah. They let us go outside, but we had to sit on the wall and watch everyone play. Oh, yeah. No, I think they just kept us inside at my elementary school. And then if everyone was eating inside, they would just, like, make us eat in the classroom. I think writing something while we were eating. So, did I miss a discussion of the who's who of the cast of the new Dune? No, not really. I was just saying that I, liked the trailer for the new one. And was looking forward to it. No, and then I also was saying that I watched Dune, the 1984 version, for the first time on Thursday. I mean, honestly, if I'm being honest, it was a bit of a rough watch for me. Cool thoughts. It was I it was a rough watch. It was a rough watch. I'm sorry. It was a rough watch. Apologies to people who like it. It was a rough watch. I had a good time watching it, but not because I was enjoying my, anyways. I think it also hinders. I think it also hinders that, like, I didn't see it I didn't see it at the time. You know, like, I feel like if you knew about Dune and you watched that movie, like, sure, like, there were a lot of inconsistencies, but also it's kind of like, oh, like, this is something that I really enjoy. And even though the movie's crappy, like, I mean, well, you know, example, even if the movie's crappy, but they still made something about it. I miss that. And so, like, I'm just, like, I'm completely disassociated from it. Or, you know, like, for instance, like, I was saying earlier that, like, I rewatched a childhood classic of mine, Rockadoodle, which is a Don Bluth animated film from 1991. I rewatched that last night with some friends and loved it. Loved that movie. But then, I'm sure that there are a lot of people who would watch Rockadoodle today. Like, if they didn't have that, like, what am I looking for? Nostalgia with it? That they would be like, this is crap. Like, what is happening? It happens. It happens. It's a lot of info and lore to take in. Did the movie really show that, though? Thankfully, again, as I was saying earlier, the artist was there, because it was our Patreon movie night, and he was able to explain things to us from the book that were not made clear in the movie. So, they were just, yes. I had issues with the bad guy scenes, like, you know, the artist was like, just so you, like, every time one of those scenes would come in, he would be like, just so you know, these are the bad guys. Because, like, sarcastically, because David Lynch was making it clear. There's also a lot of, like, there's also a lot of, like, homoerotica in the movie that's not, I mean, it's just strange. Even the artist was like, I've never noticed this before. Like, but I was pointing it out. And, yeah, there were a couple of scenes, like the whole box scene in the beginning. Like, the artist was explaining why, like, what was happening, and I understood it. But the placement of the box, like they had it on her lap, was really weird. Made it a little uncomfortable. A little suggestive, even. And also there was just a huge chunk of the movie that we don't even, like, the artist was like, yeah, just so you know, like, he's been out in the desert for like 7 years. Which the movie just makes it seem like David Lynch did a horrible, like, job of, like, showing the passage of time. Because it seemed like it was happening, but then it's like, oh no, these are his kids. It's been that long, but how did we get here? Yes, yes, mm-hmm. But did you enjoy the sting scenes? I would not have pegged Steph as being uncomfortable with suggestive. Learn something every day. Well, here's... I mean, do you know, like, what, like, there's... Okay, so there's a scene, the box scene in the beginning of the movie, or towards the beginning, where, I don't know, again, I'm not aware of, like, the ins and outs of this, but, like, there's a box that he has to stick his hand into, and it burns it. And, again, I don't know the lore behind, like, I can't remember what I was told about the lore behind this box, because it was really quick. And I was laughing hysterically. But there's the box. And it's intended to be a creepy, scary scene. So yeah, Lynch made an odd choice. And he put the box on her lap. So, if you're... And I think, like, my mind went to the whole, like, dick in a box thing. Like, you know, that was back a few years ago. And so, like, it immediately seemed very sexual to me. And her reactions weren't helping. His reactions weren't helping. And I'm just like, yeah. Oh boy, my favorite scene. Fear is the mind killer. Maybe I should stop talking about this. I just misconstrued. Listen, rewatch the scene, y'all. Rewatch it. And just, like, watch it from the mind of someone who's never read the books, never seen the movie. That scene is rough. You have... And so, that's how I started my watch. And this is a solemn religious scene testing the main character's humanity. It's a hand job. It really is. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. Also, the whole, like, I understand the whole spice thing, but the way that, I don't know, like, there are several things. I am so glad that y'all enjoy it. I'm so glad. I really am. I'm not meaning that facetiously. We don't need to recite the whole litany against fear. I've never read the book. Yeah. Well, no, yeah, that's understandable. I mean, I'm not saying that you need to read. You don't, I mean, you know, yeah. I was just talking to a friend last night who had never read the book but enjoyed the movie. No, the book and the Lynch movie are two different things. Very different. So I've heard. He who controls the spice controls the universe. Yes. I think just, like, watching in the context of today, and then, like, I know that there's the whole, like, let the spice flow. Like, so I think just like watching it in 2000 and what year is this? 2021? I think just watching it in 2021, uh, it, for the first time, experiencing the story of Dune in 2021, at least, and through David Lynch's eyes, didn't help things. So I'm sure if I had seen it like before, I'm sure there were several movies that I really love that people would watch, like, because there's that whole nostalgia and that whole, like, you know, people would watch and they'd be like, this is crap. But I'm just like, but I love it. I love it. Like Lost. I mean, I freaking love Lost, the TV series. But there are people who just are just not, even the ending. From now on, wow, this turned into a Dune discussion. Via 1984 discussion. I'm okay with it. I'm not. I'm just. All right. Let's see here. You were doing this. You guys got me distracted like mid painting. Like I didn't even finish something. Hey, last night's WandaVision was good. That's Paul Maldib. Unless you're willing to discuss the Daniel and Marty are, I'm done. I'm done with talking down. Oh, one thing I did enjoy was Sting, and his like reveal, the random uh underwear, like weird leather underwear scene that Sting just kind of came out of this like cloud in like weird loose leather underwear. So that was fun. That was fun. I think we rewatched that scene about 5 times. That was a good time. We literally had just been talking about that, like, Sting hasn't been in this movie. Like, what? Sting has maybe, like, been, like, in a couple of... And then all of a sudden, like, Sting loose leather underwear. It was glorious. It was wonderful. Let's see. That's it. Like, you know, I've been working on a project the last few days. I finished up watching past episodes of The Obsidian Scar. That's done. What have y'all been watching or doing? Anything interesting? Oh, I haven't received any toothpaste all week. No toothpaste this week. Oh, I got a brown cape in. Well, a brown, it's kind of like a, I don't know what you would, I guess you would call it a cape. Sure. I mean, it has sleeves though. What would you call this? I don't know. I have no idea. But it's for my Valkyrie cosplay on Saturdays. Very big. But it's supposed to be. I was worried because I ordered it off of Etsy and it was one size, like there were no sizes. But it's supposed to be like an oversized jacket of sorts with a hood. And I was looking for something for Valkyrie because several things happened. Like I had ordered something off of Poshmark because I wanted to find like a brown cape for her because she wears this weird kind of brown cape of sorts. So I was wanting to find something similar, but of course I knew I wouldn't find something exactly like it because it's not really that functional looking, but like I wanted to find something similar. So I found something that matched it so well on Poshmark, which is like a used clothing site. And I ordered it and it was canceled. Like I ordered it on like a Saturday and I think Monday, the following Monday, so 2 days from then, I got an email that the order was canceled because I guess the seller found a flaw in the product or like a hole or something, so it was damaged. So so they canceled the order. But of course I got a refund from that. Then I went on to like that day. I was like, I need to find this. I need it. So like I went on to Amazon and like was doing kind of like a Google search of different brown capes and found one. Like went through a few. Found one that, like, I loved, but I kept up the capes in, like, I kept all of the different ones I was like looking at and deciding in between up in some tabs throughout the day. So that evening I went to order the one that I wanted, and it was taken down, like it had been removed from the store. Like, removed from Amazon completely. Like, it wasn't there anymore. And I was like, great. Okay. So I finally found one on Etsy that's like, it's very like oversized, but it has like sleeves, is these like very, very long sleeves. They could be tailored in a bit, but I'm not going to worry about that right now because they do like button up once, which will work. And anyways, it's a little bigger than what I expected, but as I said, I was a little afraid because it came from Thailand and it was one size fits all, and I was like, oh, like usually not, you know, they just have different sizing patterns over there. Like a lot of their stuff runs smaller. So I was like, but it's actually huge. It's huge. I could basically run a circus inside of it, which works. Hey, the artist, welcome. How are you doing? Currently watching the Da Vinci Code trilogy. I haven't seen those. It's good to know that toothpaste balance has been restored. The crust must flow. Wow. No new toothpaste delivered. I haven't received it for a week, but that checks. I mean, like, but there's still time because it was every 2 weeks that I was receiving them. Just one time it was like only 5 days in between one delivery and the next. So maybe it's back on the 2-week delivery system. Disappointing. I'm here for the toothpaste stories. She who controls the toothpaste controls the universe. Like, I just watched Dune. The artist, you missed our conversation about Dune. I believe Frank and Danny, and I believe we're amongst people who enjoyed the movie, so. I mean, yes. 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 I hear Sting was memorable, but little else. Sting was very memorable. Yes. In the loose leather underwear. But where is the transatlantic accent? Okay, well, I need to practice some more. Funny story. Funnily enough, I did stay up like an extra half hour, at least, after our conversation and watched YouTube videos. So it's still something that I need to practice because I feel like that it was early in the morning. I feel like I need a little bit more practice before I start going into it. But I did watch a couple of videos. You know, got a couple of things picked up, you know, that R's are dropped for the most part, unless you need the R in the word. And so instead of saying word, it's well, I guess you would still say word. Anyways. Like ooh sounds are like strung out, you know, or like extended. Yeah, so I know some like basics. I just need to like get a little bit more in there before I'm comfortable. They used to teach it in school, so yeah, probably requires practice. This R is it's a much softer in in word. Also the rising and the falling of your tone throughout what you're saying helps. So yeah, I think intonation. Intonation. Yeah, so we're picking it up. Just need a little bit more practice. So, because I looked at it then, I didn't look at it again, but you're excited. Yes. So, yeah. Oh, over pronunciation of T's. Like, you know, really, really make those T's sound crisp. Which is something I struggle with in real life, like with my regular speech that I sometimes have to self-correct. But you need me to send you YouTube links every day to remind you, is what I'm hearing. Sure. Sure. The YouTube links would be very handy. So it is written, so shall it be done. Alright. So, okay, this is right. Oh yeah, I didn't put those on the other ones either. Okay, well, okay. I did my taxes yesterday. Taxes are done in the books. You never watched The Da Vinci Code or Angels and Demons? I have not, no. Fun fact about me is that I grew up, well, I mean, I think most of you know, but I grew up very conservative Christian. So, like, the Da Vinci Code, I'm not saying I think this now. I am not saying that I think this now. I just haven't, it hasn't interested me enough to be like, I want to watch these movies. But growing up, and like when I think the movie was coming out, I was still kind of under that kind of mindset of like, the Da Vinci Code was kind of like not good, you know. Anyways, but so I missed everything when it was, I missed like the Da Vinci Code like craze, you know. And now I'm just kind of like, oh, maybe someday, you know. But it's not like high on my priority list. Isn't it about Catholicism though? Don't evangelicals hate Catholics? The politics of the religious. Okay, so I'm speaking not from what I think personally, but from like as a person who grew up Southern Baptist. It's not that they hate Catholics, it's that they just disagree with them on a fundamentalist level of like beliefs. I'm sure I'm sure that there are some that do hate Catholics, yes. Right, the whole Protestant Reformation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was so yeah, it's a like core belief difference between the two that yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I've never read the book or seen the movie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't I mean the whole thing I think Danny because wasn't it like didn't the Da Vinci Code like didn't the Da Vinci Code like theorize or go off the theory that I mean it was pretty much it was already kind of a published theory. This is just me spitballing here from what I remember, but it doesn't it have something like that the belief that Jesus and Mary Magdalene were a couple. Like I mean like not a couple, but that they had like a relationship like beyond spiritual. I never been really. Let's see. From my limited knowledge, Catholics and most Protestants are about 97% aligned on theology, but that 3% is so contentious. Yeah, yes. I think that the bit that they're not aligned on though is very important to fundamentalist Christians. Like that like the 3% that they're not aligned on is like what's most important to fundamentalist Christians in their belief system. Yes, and they had a child. Danny, that's like the big thing. It's not even that the book was about Catholic, like the book was focused on like Catholicism or had Catholicism in it. It was that whole insinuation. that's why it was such a, like, that's why it was like poo-pooed upon by fundamentalist Christians, I guess. That's what I picked up anyways, whenever I would hear people like talk about it. So, well, the whole Pope thing, sometimes it's easier to see the differences between ourselves and those similar to us than those who are much more different. Yes, yes. And again, just a, you know, that's not my belief. You know, like I'm just saying what I grew up, like this is how I grew up. So, I mean, not to go into history and theology, but like 25 years of Jesus' life is not covered in the Bible. So who's to say you didn't have a child? I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I'm definitely not of the, anyways. Anyone who knows me now knows that I'm not, like, a fundamentalist Christian now. But, like, yeah. Hopefully this isn't hurtful to anyone, but my understanding is that the fundamentalist Christians have a highly toned poo-poo reflex. I'm nodding in agreement with you, Varath. They kind of left out his 20s. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. It's interesting. I've been watching. Anyways, yeah. I won't go too much into it, but like, I've been watching like some fundamentalist Christian like YouTube videos, and it's very, very interesting the things that like even I as like a 30-year-old adult wasn't really tuned into, like of how yeah, anyways. That's all I'll say. Most biographies gloss over the college years. This is true. This is true. But yes, I got my taxes done yesterday. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. It was better than last year. We'll say that. It was a lot better than last year. I still paid out, but it was a lot better than last year, which is both, if you were in Discord, is both kind of a good thing, and then also like there's a reason it was better because I didn't have as much work in 2020. So, but yeah. One of these days I'll get these leather straps done. Oh, I actually like expense some things in my taxes this year. To be honest, that's the first time that I've expensed stuff. Like that I've expensed, I don't think expense is the right word, that I've written off things, I guess. Written off. There we go. That's it. Itemized your deductions. Yes. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else interesting. You've motivated me to do my taxes. I kind of didn't file for a couple of years because of reasons, so I really need to see a tax lawyer about that, but I guess I can file 2020. Yes. Jeez. It's like a headache. Jeez. Going through my stack of mail that I didn't want to open, looking for my tax documents. Apparently, my mortgage went down by a few dollars. Nice. I should probably read that carefully at some point. Something to do with a surplus in the escrow. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. Oh, I do that too, though. I set mail. I mean, I don't get a lot of mail, but when I would just kind of sit to the side for a couple of days until I was ready to deal with it. Oops, sorry. Sounds like it's buying the drinks tonight. Pyxrin is looking hot. I mean, it went down by 30 a month. It's not that much, but at least it didn't go up. Sometimes that happens because, you know, taxes or insurance premiums. I think here it's usually variation in taxes or interest rates. Mortgage is fixed rate, so that part doesn't go up. When I Bought the broker suggested variable if I was going to keep it at the house like under 5 years, but I figured if I live here for a while, granted I don't live here, but it has been about 5 years. I don't live there, but it has been about 5 years and I plan to keep it as an investment property. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. All right, I'm gonna take a really quick break, so give me like about 5 minutes and I'll be right back. Oh no, the artist. Also, I'm back. Hello. Yeah, thanks a lot, Bank. Gee, thanks. Thank you, thank you. Have you considered turning your camera back on? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I always like to, you know, get things warmed up first, you know, before I grace you with my presence. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic with my pen. Alright, maybe we'll come back to these. Give me 1 second. Let me just tap something in here. Let's see here. Oh my god. So I'm pulling up Pinterest to pull up a Pinterest board I have of pinups. Pinup illustrations. And immediately I'm coming across D&D items, which I love looking at homebrew D&D items on Pinterest. Like, I love it so much. The first thing that came up was a keg golem. Dwarven runes adorn this metal keg golem, powering it. Wow. Some dwarves use the golems to promote their favorite drinking spots. But it has stats. It's a challenge level of 3. It's unaligned, armor class 11, so very low armor class, surprisingly, for something that's made out of metal and wood. Yeah. Let's see here. It can hold 20 gallons of ale. It's immune to any spell or effect that would alter its form. Magic resistance. Advantage on saving throws of spells and other magic effects. Rolling charge. Its actions are slam and ale blast. I love people sometimes. I really do. A cockatoo coin pouch? Sorry. That was right in the mic. I'm going to say this to D&D items. I don't even know what this even does. This pouch has been deviated to resemble a cockatoo and produces occasional soft chirping sounds. Aww. The pouch can hold up to 1,000 coins, but weighs 1 pound regardless of its contents. It becomes bound to you when you speak its command word. If the pouch is already bound to a different creature, that creature needs to speak the command word. Okay. When a creature that isn't you opens the coin purse, it gives off a it gives off a shrieking sound, audible from far away as 300 feet until you close the pouch. Objects placed in the pouch, which aren't coins, come out shredded or battered, as if something has been pecking at it. So, theft proved. The guild has objections to this item. I love that. I saved it to my D&D items Pinterest board because it seems amazing. Now I just want to go through and let's just have a stream where we talk about like weird D&D items. Can we do that? Can I just like transform this stream right now? Because there's all kinds of fun stuff. Oh man. People are so smart. Like I'm sure if I would like stop and think about things, like if I gave myself time to like just think of magic items, I could. But man, some people are so smart. Welcome to Mad Items with Steph. Please? Can we? I would love it. I would love just to have let's just go through and just talk about like D&D shit. I would totally be into that. Alright, so oh hey, I'm getting an ad for Colgate on Pinterest. Thank you, sponsored. Yeah. Thank you, computer that's listening to everything I say. I appreciate that. Thank you for the Colgate ads. You know that I love Colgate. I love it. I think you're plenty smart enough to think of a the cockroach magic item, whatever that was. I think it's just I don't give myself time. Hey, Rebel, welcome. I don't give myself time to sit down and like think about these things. I would love to. I just don't do it. Anytime that and it's not that I don't know. Welcome, Rebel. How is your Friday going so far? How are you doing? We were talking about weird magic items because whoa, what is this? Replacement Man. If damaged, would reduce you to 0 hit points while you are attuned to the Replacement Man. If you drop to a 1 hit point instead and the Replacement Man fades away. If damage would reduce... Okay, so if damage would reduce you to 0 hit points, then the Replacement Man would take it and fade away, and you would just have 1 hit point instead of 0. Can you please reread the pouch description ASMR for my friend? It's been crazy, but I'll be getting my hair done in about an hour. That's exciting. Okay, sure, we can do that. It's still here. All right, so let me see if I can make this larger so I can read it better and not like be squinting. Yes, okay. Okay, let me turn this up so I can hear myself maybe. The cockatoo coin pouch. This pouch has been decorated to resemble a cockatoo and produces occasional soft chirping sounds. The pouch can hold up to 1,000 coins, but weighs only 1 pound. Regardless of its contents, it becomes bound to you when you speak its command word. If the pouch is already bound to a different creature, that creature needs to speak the command word first to break its bond to the pouch. When a creature that isn't you opens the coin pouch, it gives off a loud shrieking, audible from as far away as 300 feet, until you close the pouch. Objects placed in the pouch, which aren't coins, come out shredded or battered, as if something has been pecking at it. And because you need to see the picture here, that's the picture. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. So there you go. All for you, Rebel. All for you. Oh my. Here's another one. This is the last one, then I'll get back to art. I swear. I swear. Kettlebird. This teapot is enchanted to look, fly, and act like a pelican. It instinctively seeks out tea leaves to eat and water to drink. Then it finds someplace hot to nest, usually a fireplace or stovetop. Once the tea is brewed, it finds an empty teacup to regurgitate in. However, kettlebirds are not very intelligent and tend to overfill themselves. If over encumbered with tea, a kettlebird will drop to the ground and pitifully whine until someone comes to pick them up and drink its tea. Look, this is the item. There you go. That's the kettlebird. I don't like that one as much as the cuckoo pouch, but still it's fun. Still it's fun. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here's one for adipose. Anyways, okay, back to art. Mm-hmm. Back to what I came into Pinterest for, which is to find my pinup board. Pinup board, where did you go? Hmm. Okay. All right. This is all I needed, I think. And this sounds stupid. Okay. Wow, Nightbot is having a time. Everyone give Nightbot some love because I feel like that they're looking for attention. They're needing some extra TLC. I'm very perplexed right now. I want to make a new ASMR character, but I can't find the full-on ASMR surprise option in D&D Beyond. Oh, do you have all of the books, Danny? Or do you just have... Because isn't Fallen ASMR in a different book than than ASMR itself? Shoot. Wait, the DM in me is like, I need to find out. I know, I mean, it's definitely there. Oh, what is in my hair? What is that? Okay. Let's see here. I know it's in Volo's. Do you have Volo's? Do you own Volo's Guide and D&D Beyond, Danny? Let's see here. 104. Yeah, I thought I heard you say ASMR character. Like, how do you build an ASMR character? Do you have access to all the books in D&D Beyond? I don't. I was trying to remember which. Yeah, so you need Volo's. Yeah. Volo's has it. I have it right here. I like how I tossed it over there and they're right there. I could just easily put it up, but, you know, no problem. Making a Fallen ASMR. Exciting. Just for a game that you're in, I take it? Or are you just creating a character? I know people do that. I don't, like, just create characters for craps and giggles. I only create characters when I need them, so... How do you drift away into a miracle? Uh-huh. I almost made a full-on ASMR for Obsidian Scar just to mess with Ileana, but didn't, obviously. Just creating for the possible future use. Nice. A tiefling full-on ASMR. That would have been a lot of fun. That would have been a lot of fun. Finn's great. That would have been a lot of fun. I rarely create characters, but when I do, it's usually 20 minutes before the campaign starts. I can't, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. No, for me it's like I need a day. I need a day to create a character. Like creating a character is a very it's a very kind of not I mean it's a very drawn out process for me. Um because like I feel like I mean yes I can create a character really I mean well kind of really quickly as long as they're like not like I have trouble like picking it takes me some time still but like yeah if I'm creating a character for a campaign that I know will be running for a bit like or even for a few like sessions like I feel like I have to have like something you know I have to like think about the character I have to get a good feel like for like the character at first. I mean, that will probably change. It always does, but really lacking fun. Good. So what you're saying is that I have time. All of us have time. It takes me a while too when creating a new character. Yeah. Like, I mean, I can do it in like mostly within like 2 hours if I have to. I think it took me like maybe an hour and a half to create Nithcria for my guest spot on Kira's Lament recently. Um, but that was also because Dan gave me only like 2 hours to think of something, so that was kind of a forced situation, and I still was like kind of rushing to like find spells and stuff. That was because she was high level. Um, But yeah, if it's something that I know I'll be using for a bit, like usually I like to spend like a day at least like thinking about it. And I mean, true, but some days I wonder if I don't like D&D so much as I was writing character backstories. Oh, yeah. I mean, I enjoy, yeah, I guess. I don't know for me, I don't know if it's writing backstories if as much as creating a character. Like as much as like forming who they are now. You know what I mean? Like getting ideas for how they are in like when they start the campaign or when they're playing. Um, but yeah, as far as like writing backstories, okay. But like I enjoy that to a certain extent. But I also just like create like just like being like, oh, like, finding quirks for the character, kind of how like their personality, I guess a general backstory usually, like, oh yeah, well this is like, you know, um oh yeah, it can be. It can be Danny. Yeah, I think like and it kind of shows with like my character like I guess with like Kaylin was my first character, and so like her backstory kind of like evolved over time, which I think all of them kind of do to a certain extent, except maybe like Valkyrie and Brilith. I haven't had any really additions to their backstory, and their backstory is kind of vague. So like Kaylin, my first character, was very like, I mean, not that much because that's the first character I'd ever created for D&D or for any TTRPG system. So she was very like, I mean, I had an interesting backstory, like, because she was a dwarf raised by elves, but, it was more novelty, I guess, than like deep. And then, like, as we continued on, I was still adding stuff to her backstory, like, a year and a half into the campaign, I think. I don't think I've added anything since then. Um, but then, like, Ileana has, like, a pretty, I guess it's more of a involved backstory than like something that like it's because there's just a lot involved with her backstory with like the whole political thing and her king and the kingdom that she was in and the war. She is fun because I can add things like I can add like small details and not like mess up anything. Like things that she saw, while while living in the barracks or in the in the guard. But then with like Valkyrie and Breelith are very like loose. Like there's really not that much to their backstory. Like Valkyrie, like I mean, other than the one incident which has been revealed that her and her brother were exploring the mountainside and fell, and both of them like basically died. I mean, just that one event. And then Breelith is like there's a backstory. Like she, you know, had a great family growing up, blah, blah, blah. And then she like took private lessons in archaeology and like started working for like a person to get stuff for him. And that's it. Like there's really nothing like, you know, but that's also, I guess, part of her backstory in that like she's very inexperienced with kind of life. I mean, other than just like what she learned with archaeology and reading and living at the house with like, I don't know if I ever exactly counted how many brothers and sisters, like 8 or 9 brothers and sisters and her parents. Like, other than that, she was very, very like limited in her experience. And true backstories are difficult. I find I really need to get a good description of the world to get my mind brewing. Yeah, that too, I guess. Yeah. I'm not sure that anything, well, yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I don't think that's ever added to me and my backstories, though. Like, knowing more about the world that your character is going to be inhabiting. But yeah, and I guess it all depends on, like, you know, I mean, I guess that's not entirely fair since most of the characters have joined worlds that, like, a world that has already been in existence, like Astra Lenore, so I didn't have too much, like, backpedaling to do, but this one that I'm making is a fallen Aesir Eldritch Knight to start. Okay, alright. Nice. Does having my character's older brothers killed in a war make sense? Does a boring pastoral upbringing that I seek to escape make sense? How likely is it that I heard the voice of a lich in my head? Listen, that didn't happen until after the backstory, thanks. Well, I did my taxes for last year. The result, not wonderful. Oh well, I need to look at my withholding situation. Oh no, I'm sorry. Also, I need to move to a no income tax state. Let's see. Your choices for that, the artist, are Alaska, Florida, Nevada, New Hampshire, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Washington, and Wyoming. So you have a few options other than Texas to go into. Look, I know like 5 people from Texas, and they're great. The more Californians we get to move here, the better our chances are of turning it into a blue state. I count him, but he's not a real person. I need to find an accountant to do my taxes going forward. I need to start being savvy about deductions and stuff. Also, it would help if my life stopped constantly falling apart. I'm not excited about showing. Oof, yeah. Oof, yeah. That's rough. That's rough. Order that pizza, the artist. Order it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did. Watched episode 8 of WandaVision. Yep. 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 Can't deal. I'm still tearing up. Yeah, it's a major bummer. Accountants can really work some magic with that stuff. Work or not magic. Amgic? I really love accountants that can work Amgic. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can't. I cried like 3 times during the episode. Like for instance, I should be able to write off my AV purchases, which were a lot, but I may need to set up a business. Oh yeah, that's one thing that I need to like work on is that like I have a business name like registered, but I don't do any like of my work under it. You know, it's how it is. So I do use it for my day job. I bet I can write them off this past year. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. You might consider using the business. I know. I just... Well, also, like, I don't really like the business name anymore. Like, the business name is Styles by Skiles, and... I mean, I guess I can probably get the name changed, or would I just have to register a new business anyways? I guess I should look into that. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I could. I just... Yeah. Haven't went into it because I knew it would just, like, require more tax attention than what I... You know, I wanted to, like, read up on shit, and I've said that for the past, like... 7 years that I've had the name and just haven't done it. I need to know an accountant. That's what I need to do. I need to like become friends with one because there's an accountant. Yeah, I guess that's what yeah. I don't think I know anyone that's an accountant. Yes, I am doing everything as a sole proprietorship. If you find a good one like LMK, ideally if they also practice in my state, that would be helpful. I'll let you know. Yeah. An accountant or an accountant. Although I only owe the state like 200, I'm not worried about that. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't owe anything on my state taxes. It was all federal. At least the way I did it. I don't know. TurboTax seemed to think that was okay. I guess technically, if I would just spend a little extra money through there, I could get some help through that program, but I don't know. If they're done for this year, that's really all that I care about. And honestly, like, I'm not... Yeah, I don't know. That's not being very optimistic of me, but, like, I don't know, like, how much I'll be using it the next, like, going forward. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think I made it clear on here that I have to look for, like... I'm trying to wait until, like, COVID stuff settles a bit, but, start looking for a job outside the house. So I don't know what my time's gonna look like after that. No idea. And we shall cross that bridge when we come to it. Which isn't this month. So, You can't deduct reimbursed employee business expenses after 2018. That's extremely unhelpful. Guess I do need to start a business. Can't deduct reimbursed employee business expenses. But the problem is that I recall a business needs to make a profit some percentage of years or else the IRS considers it a hobby. See prior comment. Need to find tax professional. Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I was hoping I could deduct the stuff I bought personally for work. Oh, well. Whoops. Whoops. Oh well. Listen, I haven't deducted anything in the past few years ever. So hopefully they'll overlook the 1 year that I did. TurboTax didn't have a problem with it. Listen. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, Plus, I think it only knocked off, like, with what I did deduct, it only knocked off, like, 200? Maybe about 250, I think. And my income was extremely minimal into 2020. I can't even. Like, I can't. Thus having to get a job. These don't look good. I don't know. That looks okay. Kind of. Yeah, there's bigger fish to fry, for sure. If your business was as bad as you say it was, I wouldn't worry about the audit. They are looking for Yeah, are making lots of money and not paying lots of taxes. They want my 25K and probably like 500 million from Trump. Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah, so this is why I wanted to read up on stuff. I just never took the time to. And that's why I never, like, deducted anything or tried to. So I was like, I want to read things and make sure I'm doing it properly and not, like, just taking stabs in the dark at how I think I should be doing things. Am I doing this wrong? I think I'm doing this wrong. That's why it looks weird. It's because I'm putting shadow in the wrong places. I don't know what I'm doing. I got something, got something, got something. Well, I just got a craving for apple cider donuts. Danny, could you send me some apple cider donuts? Is there... Could you find... I don't even care. They're gluten-free. I will reimburse you. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Danny, could you start an apple cider donut ring for me, please? I just want some apple cider donuts, and I think we need to just start an operation to smuggle them into other states. Madbird, do they have apple cider donuts up in your part of Virginia? They don't have them here in West Virginia. I've never... Dan. Dan. Sir. I don't know. I've never heard of that. They're so good. They're so good. And I just literally don't even pass through my mind, but just passed through my mind, and I was like, apple cider donuts. My goodness. Wouldn't that be just delicious? Absolutely delicious. I do... Oh, dang, they're so good. They're so good. And I'm just not understanding how fabric works. Okay. Alright. Pyxrin's curves are just too much for me. They're too much. Alright. Okay. All right. Fine. I wonder if we should lighten this up some. I don't know. I mean, I guess I made it. I think I made it that color because it goes with the ape, like that orange. It was a complementing color, so we'll keep it. It's fine. Sure. Sure. Oh, we're also going to put a pattern on this too. I forgot about the pattern. We want to put like sweets, like a pattern of, gosh, so sorry, a pattern of different like illustrated sweets on here. Maybe I'll get some from my local orchard. This wasn't meant to be, how are y'all going to get them? This was, Stephanie needs them. Gosh dang it. I don't think that they have apple cider donuts here. I had never heard of them up until I moved to Boston. Let me see. Apple cider donuts, West Virginia. All I'm getting are Dunkin' Donuts. No, that's that's not. All right, so apparently here's a bakery. Okay, all right, here's a place. I don't know where that's at. Yeah, Dr. Delvin, welcome. How are you doing? I was just trying to figure out how I'm going to get some apple cider donuts. Yeah, there's no... 5 places in Virginia. No, I don't need Virginia. Google, West Virginia is its own state. It doesn't it's not Virginia. I can tell you that much. Okay. All right. Martinsburg. Okay, so everything's at least like a couple of hours from me. You know, when I lived in Boston, literally the store that was right down the road from my work, a Whole Foods, always had apple cider donuts. They made them fresh there. And here I am, years later, just concerned. Everyone needs Virginia. I see... whoa, yes, Dr. Delvin, apple cider donuts are a thing. I think it's more of a Northeast thing than anything. But West Virginia doesn't quite hit. Like, some of our more northern counties do. But not Charleston, which is in the southern part of... Anyways, whatever. I just gave y'all my city. It's fine. I see apple cinnamon donuts and apple fritters around here. Not sure about the cider ones. Oh, yeah, that's something completely different. An apple cider donut is completely different than an apple cinnamon donut. Western Virginia, don't even, Dr. Delvin. West Virginia is like Northern Washington or SoCal. No, it's not. If you need something... Okay, we're getting... What is this? If you need something in Martinsburg, I'll pick it up for you. That's not too far. So says Stephanie Styles. Oh, if they have them at Whole Foods, there is one a mile from my house. Well, let me rephrase that. They made them fresh at the Whole Foods in Newton, Massachusetts. Like, which apple cider donuts are a huge thing in that part. So I doubt, I'm not sure that a Virginia Whole Foods would sell would make apple cider donuts fresh. I could Grubhub myself some right now. Danny Phantom, you are not helping at all in this situation. So do you need me to ban Danny? Perk of living in New England. Dude, this is why I was asking you, Danny. But you need to start an apple cider donut ring. Like, this is why... Southeastern Ohio? Wait, no. Dr. Delvin. Don't. don't. I guess I'll just continue living in apple cider donutless hell. Did I mention I was over dramatic as a child? It's its own state. I feel like we can all agree that Ohio is to be avoided. Listen, personally, I don't have any qualms with Ohio. I have good memories of Ohio, actually. Mostly of the cities in Ohio, like Columbus, Cleveland. I didn't hear that part. I will send you some. Danny Phantom. I mean, I'm not asking you to. I mean, I kind of was, but also, like, know that you don't have, that I'm not, like, asking you to. I would love it. I would accept them, but I'm not asking you to. It's not part of Ohio. Dr. Delvin, what? What? But they don't have apple cider donuts in Charleston. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. SOH? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Alright, is that some, like, South Dakota and North Dakota need to fight it out about which is the real, actual Dakota. Same with South Carolina and North Carolina. You know, like East and West Virginia did. East Virginia won. You have good memories of Columbus and Cleveland. I do kind of like Cincinnati, but that's more like Kentucky, really. Yeah, I do have. Well, I went to college in Columbus, the artist. I don't know if you know that. I went to college in Columbus, Ohio. So I really like Columbus. I mean, I haven't been there in a few years. I mean, a few years. I think maybe the last time I visited was maybe like 8 years ago. I need to go again. I enjoy Columbus. Is the state abbreviation of Southeastern Ohio. Is it really? No, I'm kidding. I mean, I know it's not really. It's located just west of Virginia. Listen, Dr. Dalvin, the ice is very thin, my friend. The ice is thin. That's right, everyone. They are a true northeastern thing. New England and maybe some of New York. Well, they also have them in, like, Virginia, Danny, because MadBird says that they have them around there. So apparently I'm just not north enough. Of course. And, like, there are a couple places I can get them in West Virginia, but they're northern West Virginia. So, not around the coal fields here in the south part of the state. It's like Nova, but Nova is a real thing. I've had some in Ontario, maybe 45 minutes from the New York border. Okay, let me just go up to Ontario, Varoth. Okay, I never heard of them, but I have to say, Martinsburg is not real West Virginia, although yeah, it can be medium wild and wonderful. No, yeah, we've had that combo. The artist, yeah. In other words, I agree with you. Like, West Virginians don't consider the places in our panhandles and stuff, like around the very north part of West Virginia. We're like, they're different up there. I mean, I'm not like that, but I've actually heard people be like, yeah, they're different up there. They're more like, you know, they don't really belong in West Virginia. Appleberry Farm is my area, apparently makes them. Charlestown and Martinsburg, not so much in real West Virginia, yeah. That's East West Virginia, Dr. Dalvin. They are really good, Dr. Dalvin. If you're a fan of apple cider and you're a fan of donuts, it's like a perfect, like, even I myself was like, okay, because, like, I went with a friend. He took me to a farm that sold apple cider donuts, specifically because it's my first time in Massachusetts, specifically for apple cider donuts. And also, like, we walked around, like, the apple fields. I think we took a little walk. It was a chilly day. We got some, like, I think I was still drinking coffee at the time. We got some coffee, got some apple cider donuts, went outside to sit down, and it was a lovely experience. And, lovely experience. But the apple cider donuts were amazing. Like, I was skeptical because I was like, like, you know, I'm the type of person that I like my donuts with, like, chocolate frosting on them, or like, you know, a Boston cream, like a true Boston cream. So good. So good. You know, basically like put icing on my donuts and I'm fine. I like other donuts too. I like just sprinkles. I like just glaze, but you know, I'm also not like a huge donut person. But like those were good. Those were really good. And they're really good that they're just sweet enough to where like they're really good with like coffee. And then also like they're not messy, so like you don't have any like you don't have to worry about like you know, you just eat a donut. We can hear folks, West Virginia elitists, but they probably aren't anywhere near as good as what you could get here. Oh, Danny, listen. I mean, I understand this. I understand. And also, I'm not going to drive 3 hours out of my way just to get some donuts. I mean, I love apple cider donuts, but I'm also not going to drive 3 hours, seeing as I haven't driven anywhere since last March. So especially because of that. This part of Virginia is not real Virginia. The region is Northern Virginia because we aren't Richmond or Norfolk. So no offense to those people, although why would you live there? Wow. The artist has some strong opinions on Virginia provinces. Martinsburg is where my sister and brother-in-law live. Really, Danny? Oh, that's cool. Fall day. Just know that your sister and brother-in-law aren't considered real West Virginians. I have no problem with them, but those in southern West Virginia. Listen, okay. I was just talking about this. I was just talking that like people in southern West Virginia say that say that the counties in like the northernmost part of West Virginia aren't really West Virginians. They're a different breed. They're more like northern, like they're more, you know, and that's why West Virginia is called the northernmost southern state, is because like the bottom half of West Virginia is very southern. The northern half of West Virginia, you get more into into more kind of Ohio and like Pennsylvania territory as far as like ways of being goes, I guess. I don't know. Now I'm just like saying words. With nothing to back it up, even. Why haven't you driven? Because I work from home, the artist. When then plus the COVID. Boston creams are great, sir. Honey crullers. Do I know what a honey cruller is? I feel like I should, but I'm not sure that I do. A honey cruller? Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like we call these things something different here, but I'm unsure. I've had one of these before. They are very good, yes. They're a little messy, but very good. I told you I'd pick up what you need from Martinsburg. Why? Middle Virginians. Yeah, brother-in-law is in Coast Guard Station there. Oh, okay. Steph would drive 3 hours for donuts, but people who live that far away aren't real West Virginians. Heck, they aren't even real Americans. Different breed equals inbred? No. That's the southern part of the state, Varoth. That's exactly what they call the northern part of the state different, is because they're not. And I can say that because I'm from here. That part of West Virginia is spillover from Northern Virginia. Yeah, well, Martinsburg is right up by Maryland border. I can back it up. It's true. Honey crullers are about 98% air. That's fantastic. They're fantastic. French cruller stuff. Well, yeah, maybe, I think that's what I've heard them called, is more French cruller, but then like Baratho's in Canada, so I guess they just call them like honey cruller. They had to put a different word there. I haven't had a cruller in years. Now I want one. Does your brother-in-law know that there is no ocean in Martinsburg? Is there even a Coast Guard installation? I feel like Nightbot's feeling offended by this conversation. Nightbot's like, listen. Nightbot's from West Virginia. Oh man, it's 3 o'clock, y'all. 3 o'clock. And we've gotten like hardly anything done on this. We were very slow in today's progress. Years ago I visited a naval base in Oklahoma City. I did not ask questions. The Coast Guard there guards the coast of Oakland Creek. Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy. And the fishing hole. Time flies. He's IT. There's a commando OSC there. That's so strange. That's so strange. But I believe you, Danny. It is strange to have a Coast Guard in West Virginia. Gotta guard those creeks. Those cricks. Gotta guard them. I can't. I'm horrible at a West Virginian accent. I can't do it. I mean, other than like my whatever comes out naturally. But forcing one, it doesn't work out well for me. You think it would. Yeah, I was teasing you. I worked in the defense space for years. Yeah, that's strange. That's really strange. I visited a naval base in Oklahoma City. Yep. Nightbot is like, change this topic. Really aggressive today. Nightbot is so aggressive. Yeah. Nightbot acts like that I like, you know, have slighted them or have turned them down for a date or something. Maybe Nightbot has a thing with me, has a problem with me now. And is trying to be as, like, passive-aggressive about as possible. It's okay. It's alright. We all let out our aggression different ways. Did you? It does seem there is some passive aggression going on, yes. I mean, I guess the world will never know. Only me and Nightbot will? Nightbot, what say you? Do you have anything to say in this with me bringing this up? Any objections? Who spilled the tea, Nightbot? Oh, Nightbot's decided to be quiet. Very quiet. I know, right? He had a lot to say just a few minutes ago. Yep. I can either, you know, I'll leave it to Nightbot. It's their story to tell, not mine. I mean, you know, it's their decision if they want to share the information and to spill the tea. I won't take that away from them. If they don't think it's the right time, then it's not the right time. What did Steph do to you? Come on. Don't leave us hanging. Nightbot, will you go and get me some apple cider donuts? Is that something that you can do for me? Is that asking too much after what went down between us? We're still friends, right? We can still be friends. That's what friends do for each other, is to get each other apple cider donuts. think he wants to be friends. Nightbot, come on. Nightbot is leaving you on rest. Nightbot, buddy. Oh my gosh. Nightbot, I know that you're hearing this. I know you are. Please don't pretend that you're not. I think Nightbot's now playing hard to get. He's like, you want to talk to me now, huh? Well, sorry. Not gonna happen. Maybe if I'm not around, maybe she'll appreciate me more. Listen, Nightbot, I'm a very stubborn person. So, your little shenanigans, aren't going to, deter me. They're not deterring my mood. You may think that you have the upper hand here, but, and I'm sorry that things went the way that they went, but I think we can all put this behind us and just get some apple cider donuts together. Yeah? Think that's possible, Nightbot? Think we can do that? Nightbot. Huh. Well. Okay. Alright. It's fine. Nightbot is no longer even giving you a delivered. That's fine. That's fine. Fine with me. I get it. Sometimes you just need some space after, you know, after something happens before you can, like, you know, keep talking to the person. I get it. I get it. Take your space. Take your time. We'll see if I'm here when you get back. Yep. Yep. Nightbot is mumbling under their breath. It's not like you'll pay me like one of your tiefling girls. You are a wise woman, Stephanie. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the wrong. Yeah, I'm just gonna just... Not the best. Not the best. A little too dark. Yeah. Well, Nightbot. Well, let's see here. I think we've gotten as much done as we're going to get done here. Let me see who we have streaming for someone to go over to here in a second. But yeah, y'all have been watching MadArt with Steph. Thank you so much, chat, for hanging out and for, chatting with me. Giving me some good vibes today. Appreciate that. Talked about Dune, talked about apple cider donut, talked about West Virginia. Just a great, great time. You're the best. There is a lot of, really, to be like one of your tiefling girls really means give me speech rolls. Yes, it does. There's a lot of content here on Madbird Streams. If you're unaware, and we have a lot of D&D throughout the week. Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We have D&D 5e content from 10 p.m. Eastern Time to 1 a.m. Eastern Time. And also, on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Dungeon Craft with Steph and Vic, where myself and Victoria work on some dungeon tiles, paint some minis. It's a great time. Saturdays, we also have D&D at Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time with Tower of Dreams. That won't be happening tomorrow, however. We have this week off, but we'll be back next week, hopefully. And also, we have a Patreon, so if you're looking for a way to support the channel, great way to do so. Not only do you get some really cool stuff, we get more back, so it's a preferred way to support if you're looking for that. This isn't an art stream, this D&D stream as add-ons to support streams. It's just art habit. yeah, right. This isn't like an art channel with D&D streams, as add-ons. I mean, pretty much. So let's head over to, let's see here. Do I have anyone? Doodles. Let me see here. Do we have anyone? Let me actually just, you know what? I know usually I go over to artists, but there's a charity, Rolling for Charity with Confectionery stream happening. Well, there's a lot of people over there. I like going to smaller people. So let's see here. Give me 1 second. Let me just see what we can find here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, see you tonight. It should be a fun time. I'm just trying to find an art stream to raid into that's not, I like finding like smaller artists so that way we can give them some love and attention. I've been over to that one. Been to that one. He's fun. Oh, this looks interesting. Let's see here. Okay, sorry, I'm finding someone. Apologies. Let's see here. Let's head over to okay, sorry. I got a little lost in finding someone. My apologies. Let's head over to Fanged Bunny. Looks like they're doing a head study. Yeah, looks like they're going a group study. So it looks like you might back to basics. So maybe it's like a help creative stream where it might give you some pointers. Let's see here. Let's see, raid. Fanged Bunny. Yeah, let's head over there. But until then, y'all have been great. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See you tonight for some Stormfall at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there, be square. Or any of the other D&D programs that we have throughout the weekend. So, see y'all later. And, yeah, give them a call in the chat. Bye-bye!